The Knicks have improved on their pretty poor start. Julius Randle's been better. He hasn't been amazing. He hasn't been Julius Randle of last year. Ultimately, what I said in my preseason power rankings about the Knicks was that, listen, they're going to be competitive. They're going to be a playoff team. I had them 5th in the Eastern Conference. I think that's still around where they'll end up. Here's the thing. You had to be concerned about the Julius Randle possible drop-off and the Tom Thibodeau thing. But I think what is with the Tom Thibodeau thing is that the team just doesn't move the ball. The team doesn't share the ball. And a lot of that, I think, is more coaching, because I think Jalen Brunson is really a smart basketball player. He's been a lot more aggressive. He's been great. I think Knicks fans adore Jalen Brunson. But I think I know. But the thing is with the Knicks is that they struggle to move the basketball. And Mitchell Robinson's amazing. He's been amazing for them. He's been great. He's an all-defensive caliber center this season, which has been great for them. They lost to the Phoenix Suns on Sunday at home with no Kevin Durant. And they lost because Devin Booker is amazing. Now, here's the thing. Knicks don't have that. Knicks fans want to act like Jalen Brunson's a superstar. He's not a superstar. I mean, I'm talking more the casual Knicks fan. He's not a superstar. He's not. And if he was a superstar, your team wouldn't be 9-7. It's really that simple. I've talked about it in the past how Knicks fans, or not necessarily Knicks fans, but New Yorkers have called like Jalen Brunson the number one athlete in New York. I think it was on multiple platforms where they said that. I just can't believe that's even been said. Jalen Brunson is an excellent player. He wasn't even an all-star last season. I know he took the Knicks to the second round of the playoffs last year, a Cleveland team that, let's face it, was pretty overrated and frail. I think we all expected that to be a pretty competitive series. But the Heat were an 8th seed. And yeah, they didn't beat them, but I guess because Miami went to the finals, it was okay. But I think the Knicks were favored early on in the season. My point is, Jalen Brunson is not a superstar. He's not a top 10. A superstar is a top 10 player in the league. Maybe 12. I'll give you 12. That's not what Jalen Brunson is. That's not what he signed on to be. He's not getting paid that much. He's not getting paid to be that guy. He's been amazing. He could be the second, maybe third best player on. He'd be the third, maybe second best player on a championship team if you have a team with depth and you have one superstar. But the Knicks need that superstar. And it's not Julius Randle. So this season, if Knicks fans, like we talked about with my buddy Dan Aquino, the second round, I mean, some people think that some Knicks fans are expecting them to go to the conference finals this year and improve off of last year. I don't see that with this team at all. I think they're good. I think they're going to be tough to play in the regular season. They're going to be gritty, but they don't share the ball enough and they don't shoot the ball well enough for me to think that team is going anywhere. And this is coming with Jalen Brunson playing really well. I just think, even though I think the East is overall weaker, I think the top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference are better than last season. Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics. I also think Philly has this newfound energy with Tyrese Maxey and getting rid of James Harden, and now they have a little bit more depth with their veteran role players, and I think they're just playing it, and they have a superstar in Joel Embiid. The Knicks need to trade for a superstar or find a way to get one. And I don't necessarily think it has to be rushed. I think you're going to feel that sense of urgency from Knicks fans. I think it's important for the Knicks front office to be patient with that. But it eventually has to happen. Because this team just is not good enough. This team is good enough to win a playoff round. They're not good enough to go to the NBA Finals. They're just not. Now, Joel Embiid in Philadelphia right now, I think a lot of us saw him possibly on the way out. If you look at it now, they're playing really well. And they got a pretty good thing going. He was the guy that I was thinking for them. Giannis is just extended for 3 years. He could ask out, I guess, but Doesn't seem like he's going to go anywhere. Donovan Mitchell? I thought you already kind of learned your lesson there. You don't really need Donovan Mitchell. And I think a Mitchell Brunson backcourt is strange anyway. So maybe that superstar will come. But it's got to happen eventually.